Who's got something? Who are we starting with tonight? Come on, children, we don't have all night. What are we here for? Am I a writer, or am I a piece of shit coward? Am I trying to construct a living, breathing cosmos with language, or am I just scratching on the walls of a cave? Am I a feral cat, or am I just a useless goldfish in a bowl that would be better off someone flushed it down the toilet? Which is what's going to happen to it anyway.
I have something.
Ah!
I have a story. I didn't know if Martin and Douglas had something. I was thinking maybe they would want to go. Or maybe Kate has something else.
No.
Okay. Well, I have something. I haven't been working on it very long. I just started it about a few days ago.
Yeah, I can tell.
Oh.
No, it's good. If you have anything on the page, you should let people see it, for Christ's sake. All this rewriting people do, it squeezes the guts out of everything. I read this story last week, a couple weeks ago. It was so lifeless. The person had clearly been rewriting the stupid thing for maybe 10 years. There was nothing left to it except a sort of desiccated corpse. It was ludicrous. If you're gonna write, be a fucking man about it, all right? Kerouac wrote On the Road in like a week or something.
Okay, I'm sorry, but what did you just say? Did you say we should be a fucking man about writing and that we should write like Kerouac?
You should write like yourself.
Yes, I agree. But if myself is a woman, I don't see why I then should write like a man.
Well, if you're going to be some fucking feminist about it, that would be up to you, but I can't help you with that.
Feminist? I didn't say feminist. I said woman. Woman. What's wrong with being a woman and being a writer?
You would have to figure that out for yourself.
But you said it. You said be a man, be Jack Kerouac, who was a total pig to women.
Look, you want to argue about feminist politics. I'm not here to argue with you about that. I'm here to talk about writing.
But we're not talking about writing.
No, because you've commandeered the conversation. Is it all right with you if we discuss the story that your fellow writer has presented to the group?
Sure. Of course. Sure.
Oh, well, it's fresh. It's lively as hell. Do you have copies?
Yes, I do.
Okay, pass them out because people should. We'll talk about this one. There is real energy here, a lightness, a touch, a sexual edge to the language, which is I gotta say, it's got me on board. Ba-boom! Like this thing I read last week. I don't remember when I read it. There was no forward motion to it. It just laid there. The words were like lumps of shit.
Hey! Could you? Look, if you don't.
Look, what is your problem? I am trying to teach a class here.
But you're not teaching. You're just insulting me. You're just.
I am not insulting anybody. I'm telling your fellow writer, what's her name again?
Izzy.
I'm telling Izzy about the experience of reading her story, which, you might want to participate in, but if you can't support your fellow writer, well, that would be up to you.
Look, this is.
Maybe if we continue to talk about Izzy's story.
That's what I'm trying to do.
I think what Kate is getting hung up on is that you keep insulting her work.
This isn't about her.
Yes, that's right. But it's hard because you keep bringing up that story from last week.
Well, that's got nothing to do with her.
Well, it was her story, so...
That wasn't her story.
It wasn't?
It wasn't?
No! Christ! That's what I'm trying to say. That was a totally different situation. That was somebody else's story. This relentlessly talent-free story about some girl obsessed with Jane Austen. Christ! What a soul-sucking waste of words that was.
That was Kate's story.
That was your story?
Yes, that was my story.
Ah! That was your story!
Yes.
Ah! Well, sorry, obviously I didn't really think that story worked, but this, who wrote this?
I did.
This has a great sexual feel to it.
Thank you.
The tone of Asian exoticism. It's good. I was in Shanghai once. Have you been to Shanghai?
I haven't been up there.
I bet you do.
Can we talk about the story?
I just have some questions. Because I admire it. I really do, Izzy. There's a terrific tone that's both sinister and wry that I think is truly original. I'm just a little unsure where. Not that with 2 pages you have to have the whole thing figured out, but I'm more or less curious as to...
Where? Who gives a shit where? Why would you ask that question at this point? Don't ask where, when where is the question, am I right?
Well, it's just really new. I think where is a really good question because that's why I wasn't even sure I should show
I'm not saying where is not a good question, but that's what I admire about the energy of the opening. It dares to ask the question without knowing the answer. The writing itself is asking the question. See, this reminds me of when I was at Yale with Penn Warren. There was no getting past him. He was ruthless and religious about sound. Everything else, idea, intellect, motion, character, story, idea, all were secondary. If the sound wasn't there, there was no discussion even capable of continuing in a meaning. I'm not saying this right. No, I am. Yes, I am, actually. This has a sound. It rings like a bell. It doesn't matter that there's no idea, or story, or meaning. It's got power. It's got sense. Well done. Well done. What's your name? Well done, Izzy. What else have you got?